Hey, what's up? I'm Dandy Andy. Let's get right into this. Now look, I'm really tired. I haven't gotten a lot of sleep at all. And I just finished watching the first episode of the Fallout TV show. Now, or Prime show, whatever. Now, I'm going to tell you real quick, this isn't going to have any B-roll, any of that kind of stuff. This is just off the cuff, last second, plus Amazon's taking down anyone who is putting clips from the show in their videos. So let's just get to it. I want to just tell you, I did not enjoy this show at all. I did not enjoy the first episode. I just didn't. And you know, maybe it was your thing. And if it was, I really, really hope you enjoyed it, because I just didn't. And it's not because of the, you know, the stuff other people are saying like, oh, it's woke. I don't give a shit about that. If your show's good, it's good. And that's how I view it. I'm a diehard Fallout fan. My brother and I have played every Fallout game with the exception of Tactics. Well, he's played Tactics, I haven't. And you know, this just didn't stick the landing for me. It didn't have the tone of those, and it didn't really feel like it had a tone at all. It didn't really know what it wanted to be, at least in the first episode, which I feel like that is the time more than ever to really set a tone, because, you know, the episode runs about an hour and 6 minutes. It's a miniature movie, basically. But we're introduced to three characters, basically. Spoilers, I guess. These are spoilers. So we're introduced to three characters. I only remember Lucy's name. There's a ghoul guy, well, a guy who is going to become a ghoul, and then there's a Brotherhood of Steel guy. Now, ghoul guy, it starts off, he's like a has-been actor, whatever, and he's doing like, I guess, is what's like a Beverly Hills birthday party thing with his daughter. And it just felt hollow. Immediately, I could tell something was going to be a little off. It just felt, you know, off. I can't think of any way else to put it. I'm really tired. But anyway, long story short, well, really, it's very short. We don't get a day in the life. We don't get any connection with him and his daughter. The bombs immediately drop. For some reason, they're able to stare directly at it without immediately going blind. And then they, you know, the bombs do their thing. They kill everybody. So boom. We don't get Ron Perlman going, war never changes, which, you know, come on, we needed that. Maybe that happens later. I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I turned it off right there at the end when they're digging up the ghoul guy in the grave. I was just like, I'm out. Anyway, I thought that part was just like, whatever, you know, it's the setup. I'm still on the hook. Let's see what happens. Then we meet Lucy. Lucy was actually pretty cool for a little bit. But it's, you know, she seems immediately, like the show tries to set her up like she's not good at certain things like shooting. But I mean, immediately she's zeroing in on raiders and, you know, she's good at everything. So Lucy's good at everything. She's attractive. She's quirky, you know, all that stuff. Yeah, that's about it. Long story short, again, her dad's the overseer of the vault, and her vault is connected to another vault, which that's kind of cool. And, you know, they're going to set up like a marriage for her because, you know, the vault's population isn't very big. So after a joke about screwing her cousin, she basically is married in an arranged marriage to a guy from the vault next door. Immediately, we know something is up with this guy. He's attractive, but he's just dead quiet and has a weird blank stare. So props to the acting on that, I guess, because immediately I knew that, you know, this guy was trouble or whatever. Turns out the guy's a raider. The raiders killed everybody next door, and now they're taking over this vault, which that kind of felt like, come on. Like when he's like, huh, surprise, I'm a raider, you know, after they're doing their wedding night. It just felt stupid. And then, you know, he tries to kill her. He stabs her. She somehow kills him, which, you know, whatever, plot armor. And then even though he's like a hardened raider and she's never dealt with anything like that ever before, but whatever, plot armor. She goes and gets a stim pack. That was kind of cool to see a stim pack actually in use. And then proceeds to go to the armory, get a trank gun, the only thing that hasn't been looted, and trank raider after raider and save the day. There's a pretty cool scene where her father saves her, but whatever. I mean, I feel no emotional connection to these characters because it didn't take the time to build that. So it's just like, whatever, you know, it feels like a Marvel action film. Like it's got that level of emotional depth. Like you watch it and you just don't care. So whatever. Anyways, after that, they run to the front. Daddy gets captured, has to choose between her or some people from the vault. He chooses his daughter, puts her in a room, and the raiders go off with him and leave her to live for some reason. I don't know. Maybe they're going to sell them into slavery. Like it's a Paradise Falls kind of situation. Cool, but whatever. Anyways, it's just, you know, it sets it up like Fallout 3 kind of. It's like, now you got to go find Daddy. And then there's an explosion at the front. And then immediately after that, we meet the guy from the Brotherhood of Steel. And I'm just going to skip all that because that was boring as hell. He puts some razors in some boots, or he doesn't, who cares? And then we go back to Lucy, and she's just kind of sitting around with the survivors of the vault. No one seems to really be devastated after what was probably the absolute worst, most terrifying experience of their life. They're just kind of like, well, what do we do now, guys? What do we do? And she's like, I know, I'm going to immediately leave the vault and go save Dad. There's no shock. There's no like, there's no impact. It feels from the huge raiders slaughtering everybody scene. It's just, I don't know, the action, it's cool, but it's just like, hey, look, we're Fallout. This is Fallout. Remember Fallout? This is Fallout. Look at all this violence happening. Doesn't that feel like Fallout? Ha. Yeah, this is the Fallout show. You're watching the Fallout show. It feels like a car commercial. I don't know. I just felt like it had zero depth. I felt like the characters were all flat. And, this is only the first episode, but man, what a terrible first episode in my opinion. I just didn't connect with it at all. I thought it was boring as hell. And again, if you liked it, good for you. I'm not judging you. If you liked it, that's great. Props to you. This is just some idiot on the internet's opinion, And I hated it. But maybe you hated it too. And you needed somebody else out there to be like, yeah, it's okay. It's okay to hate it. And the reason why I'm making this is because, man, I feel let down, guys. I feel let down. I love Fallout so much. It is my second favorite video game series, only second to Metal Gear. And man, whatever. Anyways, I'm done bitching. That's that. That was my crazy manic half asleep rant. Have a good night or day or whatever time it is for you.